Okay, today I'm going to be playing some Golgari. I've been loving Golgari recently. I've been playing a bunch of it on stream. I'm actually playing it in my 7th PML match, which is pretty exciting, so I wanted to get some practice in. Pretty nice list we have here. We are trying out Unholy Annex, which is a very strong card. You don't actually need that many demons to be able to play it. Just very good on rate, especially if you have Archfiends, Sheoldreds, to help it out. We are playing Duress main deck instead of Cut Down because Cut Down's kind of stinky in a bunch of matchups, and I just wanted to see how the Duresses feel. We also have main deck Frillbacks. This is a card that's been really overperforming recently. I was very low on Frillback for a long time, but I think it's kind of its time to shine right now. With the Oculus deck being popular, with Overlords being popular, Mono Red being popular, just a lot of reasons like that card. No Preacher makes you sad. Yeah, it's just hard to fit in. Preacher's good, but also Bronco's like better Preacher, right? Bronco is a Preacher that you can cast on 2. What if your Phyrexian Arena came down a turn early? Uh-oh, go for the throw. I feel like the rise of Anoint with Affliction and Frillback probably been really bad for my opponent's deck, right? Be nice to go for the bunny horn, but I think I'm like pretty obliged to do this. Another bunny horn. I mean, Glyph is the good card. Bunny corn is the card that kills me. I think we take the Glyph. And I probably just Liliana before they get some random idiot in play. Probably about as good as Liliana's ever gonna get. And then the go for the throat plays around Normalize really nicely. They might just attack with Anchorage to get a permanent artifact. Nope. Bang. Liliana down. Very acceptable. Let us just Norse. Oh, I wonder if I was meant to say go with Demo Field open for this Anchorage. I didn't really think of that. That might have been better. Killing the Anchorage would be like really nice. Anyway, getting the Snorse normalized means this Archfiend's pretty likely to hit the battlefield, which is great. So they don't really have much of a clock going on. Duress. Oh my god. I'd really love to Duress them. But I feel like solving this. I'm just worried that if I don't Duress now, it's never doing anything. I guess I get to kill the Anchorage at the same time. This might be suspect. Oh my god. Well, it was not suspect. It was in fact the correct play. You love to see it. Get this Anchorage out of there. Cast this pretty happily. Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a good start surveilling. Seems fine. It's a card draw blocker. Can't really ask for much more. Okay, they only have 2 things for this. They can't start trying quite yet. Yeah, playing the fast land over the Surveil. I kind of just wanted to save the Surveil. I felt like I had things to do. And as long as you have things to do, and you're not looking for anything specific, just getting down the... saving the Surveil for later seemed really nice. Felt like the game was gonna go on a bit. Also shuffling, yeah, that as well. Although I could have Field of Ruined and then played the Surveil as well, right? And done the sequencing that way. There were other ways to like sequence it to accomplish that, but this actually seems weird. Yeah, Golgari is very good at drawing cards. Wondering how many Duresses I want. I think Duress is like pretty appealing. I'm also wondering how many cutdowns I want. We haven't seen that many targets for cutdown. The efficiency is gonna like really matter sometimes. At least it kills Anchorage too. It's probably fine just to have all of them. I think just being efficient would be the most important thing. How do I feel about Bronco? Yeah, there's the Warden. True, true. I might just cut the Bronco. I'm wondering if I also cut the Annex. Maybe they're just not needed. Liliana seems pretty bad. Liliana was really good that game, but I think that's kind of the best she's ever going to look, is trading with a 2-mana creature. So, yeah, Duress is very, very good at the moment. Against the red decks, getting to know what pump spells they have lets you just like play completely differently, right? Pretty nice. Mulligan. Might Duress on one. Plan on like cut downing the thing. Maybe. Or did they go for the throw? It does kill the bunny. Tear Asunder is so good. More Tear Asunder. Maybe I just have to though. I don't know. I'm mulliganing to 5. It'll probably just be regardless, but tricky. I've not played against my opponent's deck very much. I feel like it's probably a pretty good matchup for us there. Glissa seems like an all-star against them. Positive sign. Get to hit their Duress at least. Yeah, sometimes you take their Annex, or you take their removal spell and your creature gets to live. I don't know. Can certainly be entirely reasonable. Wow. I've been playing around my Duress very well. Kind of annoying. I guess they were on a mold 5 and figured like get rid of non-creatures. Have a chance to even out the cards a bit. A lot of sense. Oh, Anoint is very good. I do need to find a creature at some point. I already have 2 removal spells. I think I meant to get rid of it, but... Instantly making me wish I kept it. Gonna level up to... God. Opponent's putting up a very good fight this game. This game has definitely convinced me I want Gix's. I guess that's nice. The next one. And that I want cut down in my deck. Kill this thing. Get out of there. They have 2 clues in play, which is honestly the scariest thing. We're gonna have to kill the 4/4 they're about to make, and then they have the ability to draw 2 cards and like really get back in the game on the resource war. Glissa exceptional. Oh, at least Glissa blocks them. Oh boy. Yeah. I think this is fine. They are attacking with the 5/4. I am gonna block with Glissa. Wild. Yeah, I guess that's acceptable. Go to 4. Alright, Sheoldred, you got a lot of heavy lifting to do, my friend. Let me tell you. I'll hold Dreadknight back. Okay, gain a life. Draw a card. There you go. There's the glyph. I can chump with my Dreadknight though. It's actually not that bad for me. I kind of want to cut down the Siren. I think every life point matters. I think blocking with Dreadknight phenomenal. It even gains me an extra life of Sheoldred. It actually like puts me positive on life from blocking there, which is completely ludicrous. Too bad for the reflect. I mean, they wouldn't have drawn a card, right? They'd have just got to discover free. That way, they also draw a card. Oh. Frillback, you say? Well, let's just play this and jump block again. I should probably throw back. Probably. Alright, they get to discover free, but they also lose their 5/4. Thing. Thing is, Glissa hitting them next turn blows up the Sheltered, so pretty hard for them to keep it around. Don't generate any maps ourselves. True. True. Hack both, or just Glissa? I think just. I do worry that I'm playing this game like way too cautiously, but it also feels really hard to lose if I play cautiously, so whatever. Like, what do they even do, right? The Merrick's would have been, yeah, the Merrick's would have been better as a support, it's true. Ooh, Duress, Snorse. The dream opening, Splinter Twin right here. Actual, factual Splinter Twin. Wow. Or they could have multiple removal spells, I suppose. I guess I'd rather they anoint it because that uses 2 mana. Or I could take the cut or I could take the anoint and then they can't answer my Dreadknight. Or my Glissa. We were just playing out Snorse and getting killed, and that's fine. I guess if I take Anoint, I get to hold open go for the throat for their Preacher. And then I get to jam my free drop. Once their Preacher is out the way. This makes the most sense, I think. Like, regardless, our Snorse is dying, and this way we maybe get to resolve a busted free drop. Creature dies. Just be playing Kaito. I agree. Kaito is very, very good. I think blue-black decks are not playing enough Kaitos. I also think anyone who doesn't play Spiroglass Siren is kind of a maniac. I don't know. I've seen some lists about Spyglass Siren and I just don't understand. I don't understand what would compel you to not play that card in your Enduring Curiosity deck, you know? It's very puzzling. Anyway. Guess I'm attacking. I agree. I think Enduring Curiosity is a really messed up card. I'm definitely pro registering as many curiosities as you can in 2 decks. Just generally, I think. Card is white. Right, now if they attack with Preacher, they do get to draw a card, but then our Glissa gets in again. That's fine. Oh, I guess they also get a Vampire because of that. Yeah. Whatever. Doing okay for ourselves. Roll back. Oh. I don't want to crew this Bronco, but I also want to not die for all this damage. Maybe I was just meant to hold back Glissa to block Preacher and hope they don't draw a removal spell. Maybe I played this badly. Yeah. It's a little awkward, but okay, not the best one right now, and that Preacher is kind of the only thing that matters, but oh, maybe I could have left Glissa black. Yeah, I guess Glissa's only killing the vampire, right? Yeah. No, you're right. I should have just left Glissa back. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, they do die to a bunch of stuff. I guess I'm just meant to go for it. Dead on board. The Bronco can kill me. Yeah. I wonder if I'm meant to draw a card off this Dreadknight. Look for a removal spell. Or a Surveil land. I feel like I am like pretty obligated to kill them this turn. Otherwise I almost certainly lose to nearly everything I can conceive of. Lethal, we can die to our Bronco if we just go for lethal. Maybe I was still just meant to go for it, but yeah, this way they're dead still anyway. Wait, no, they're not. They would go to 1, right? Opponent decided not to live. Tear Asunder hits Curiosity. That means we're probably just maybe need them. I don't know. Curiosity, very good. Yeah, they actually had that one. They did. Figure out to board is tricky. Like, the big creatures are kind of great sometimes and kind of garbage sometimes. I guess Liliana is heinous against the flyer. Oh, doesn't their vampire have lifelink? Yeah, they trumped the Glissa. They maybe forgot about the lifelinks of that. Kind of wondering if they did. Oh, Frillback is maybe not great here. Yeah, Tarek sells that because that's true. Frillback is maybe not great here. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Cut down is needed. I agree. Agree with all of this. I'm wondering what the Cruelclaw's Duress split is meant to be. Yeah, I agree. One seems good. I think Heist is probably pretty bad on the draw. I guess I could see it being better than 4-drops on the draw. Maybe I could take out some. Yeah, I think it's kind of bad. I think on the draw it's just very expensive. I think if I'm bringing in Gixes, I probably also just from a 4. Bronco bad on the draw. Maybe. I guess we'll have all of them on the play. Maybe just 2 of them on the draw and see how that feels. I do think I want all the Broncos on the play. Maybe you're even meant to just have 0 on the draw day. Possibly. In hand. Byron Town 1 is nice. How can we find a Duress? Okay. I just want to say go. I play a Preacher, I go for the throat set. We don't play into a counter spell for no reason. Okay. Press you. What's going on? They do have the quench. And they did play around my direct on my go for the throat. Very smart. Cool. I can just draw a card then, because they can't do anything to punish that. I can just kill the creature in my turn pretty easily. Cool thing. Oh my god, Spikeler Siren. That's actually really annoying. That means I need to keep mana open for Tear Asunder now. So it also means casting Harvester of Misery gets to kill a creature. That's cool. Tear is so good here. It really is. Common Tear Asunder W. Incoming Shore Up. Harvester Concede. Indeed, indeed. The mighty 5/4 menace. Let's go. Too easy. We just don't lose with Golgari. Is Golgari kind of cracked, y'all? I guess so. Am I duressing on one or tap land on one? I'm not gonna tap land. I guess if they're a deck I want to duress, I want to try and hit beat anyway, and I give them an extra draw. Maybe. If I draw another tap land, this feels like pretty good. Duress into 3/4. Fable Bankbuster actors. Yeah, it kind of does have that vibe, huh? Alright, seems like we're likely against Domain. Yep. Oh no, they have 2 copies of the only good card in their deck. That is really bad for me. Also, my hand is awful against them. Alright. I have a crazy line. I have a genuinely crazy line. What if we take Get Lost? And we hope Glissa goes the distance against these Beanstalks. Might be bad, but yeah, also Sheoldred against Beanstalk too. Yeah, like, I don't know. Any insider knowledge on the Wilds meta? Technically I do, actually. It took me a moment. I do. I should probably keep it to myself, though. I have been helping Sanctum of All prepare for the event. So I have a little bit of knowledge from that. Secret knowledge, indeed, indeed. If I pass with 2 removal spells open, I get to kill both the 1/1s and guaranteed the Beanstalk dies. But if I play the Bronco and draw a land, it's like obviously really good for me. It's also better if they like removal spell my Glissa to have played the Bronco. I don't know. Yeah, I do have insider knowledge. I am aware of some things. The things they say about standard on stream are like 85% of what I believe about standard. The remaining 15% is kept as sanctum info, at least until the end of this week. How would you exploit Golgari? I'm like genuinely a little unsure. Kill the other Beanstalk. Has anyone played Glissa with Overlords yet? Remove the counters. Oh, not getting Sunfalled. You love to see that. Big fan of not getting Sunfalled. Yes, that one's pretty good too. No, Archfiend does some more. Right? Creatures die. We're pretty into that. Jund Overlords, hell yeah. Yeah, Ash Lizzle has a sweet Jund Overlords deck. It feels like Ash Lizzle's been making some really sick decks lately, based on what I've heard. I know there's the Bant deck too, right? With Helga. That one seemed very cool. Grove Shift Overlorded, the dream. I have to assume if Sunfall was in their hand, it would have been cast by now, so. Can't believe we won that game. They had double beans. They had 2 copies of the only good card in their deck, and we still won. Just Glissa. What is Glissa? How is Glissa okay? You know? Why is the pirate played over Mockingbird? I mean, in my opinion, I think you're meant to play both. If I was making Dimir, I think I would play 4 Siren and like 2 to 3 Mockingbird. And the full 4 Curiosity. I think people don't lean into that card as hard as I would. Playing Mockingbirds also lets you play Kaito once you have that many 1-drops as well. You like play your Mockingbird on 1, you Kaito on 3 and get your Mockingbird back to copy something. Pretty sick. Beans about action just means it's true, but you are on a clock. You do have to race the bean draws. Mono black slashing Tear Asunder. We actually tried that, like, legitimately. Like, 2 weeks ago, we were playing Golgari on stream that was just mono black with Glissa, Dreadknight, and Tear Asunder. Literally only those cards. Turns out normal Golgari can just do that better, but you know. Glissa is quietly the best free drop in standard, I think. I wonder if I want a 4th one in this list. It feels very weird that we're only playing 3. Like, all the Golgari lists you see, only play 2 or 3 Glissa. I feel like there are so many matchups where Glissa is like the single best thing to be doing half the time. Like, even against something like Mono Red, the first strike Death Touch is just ludicrous, and she blows up Leyline. Like, or against the big decks, there's loads of enchantments. Yes, she can be awkward in the mirror sometimes, but Most of the time she's pretty good even there. You can't cast an Archfiend if there's a Glissa. There are a lot of good free drops. It's true. I still just feel like Glissa might just be the best one. She really does just feel like kind of on another level. And like very contextually good in the format just because of all the enchantments everywhere. Good versus Archfiend, good versus Annex, indeed. Yeah, no lightning strikes running around really helps Glissa. I agree with that. No discard spells here is sad, but we can answer beans and we have a Bronco, so I think I meant to keep. Doppelgang of Vanilla Domain. Honestly, I'm not like a big fan of either. I don't know. We've played some Domain recently on stream, and I have to say I was not that impressed with like any of the versions. I think Domain is just like really awkward in a meta where Golgari and Mono Red are kind of the two go-to decks. Like you're just always gonna have a bad Mono Red matchup, and I'm not convinced that's actually fixable. And then the Golgari matchup feels like it's become a lot tougher recently with people main decking Duress and playing Annex. Like those cards are really good against you. So the mirrors are miserable. True. True. Yeah, I just don't have a very high opinion of Domain. Is where I'm at. I could Crew of the Glissa. I could also look for a Smite. I guess I'm going to attack first. See if they kill the Bronco and get info. I miss out on doming them potentially, but the world in which my Bronco lives and I draw a card, I think I'm just so happy, right? The main mirrors are what make you quit playing Magic, yeah. Dude. I mean, I have to assume Doppelgang's really disgusting in the mirror. I'll say that much, but I think my answer would just be not playing Domain. Well, they do have the Smite. Okay. That is fine. Now we get to resolve Glissa. We obviously love to duress them, but most of the things they can play next turn we can answer anyway. We have a Tear Asunder for beans, so. With Urza Silex? Hell yeah. Oh my god, Sales, you love to hear it. Shoutouts to Urza Silex. Gotta be my favorite Silex. Of the many Silexes, it is certainly my fave. This is pretty sick. I get to Tear Asunder this in response, right? So that Glissa never leaves play. Definitely the best Silex in Standard right now. Probably the best Silex ever. TBH. I don't want to take not Elspeth Smite. Is that reasonable? I guess if they draw an untapped land, I look really silly not taking the Smite. I should just take it. I just worry the Sunfall is going to be annoying, but I guess we have 10 billion discard spells. So, 2. And we have a Nissa. I do love Restless Cottage, but I think I just want to find spells. Especially discard spells. Really good at the moment. SA go with free SA open. What is their plan? Is their plan just to let me draw like 2 cards a turn for the rest of the game? I'm not convinced that's a plan. It doesn't sound great. Yeah, maybe not a good one. Yeah. Indeed. I just want to jam this. I don't know. Like a little annoying if they get Sunfold, but they'd have to draw specifically untap land and they'd have to choose not to counter this or whatever. Slam jam. Blowing up free ley lines with Silex, indeed. I love the Silex tech. I'm so glad I decided to We try out Sylex in that deck. I think Sylex is like that deck. Right, do they have it? They do have it. And that's kind of okay, because then we get our Nissa going. So. It really matter. Oh, or I could play 2 Broncos. Yeah, resolving this is real nice. 2 Broncos there. I guess they get to play a 6/5, right? I should probably just play the Nissa like a reasonable human being. I haven't go for the vote for the 6/5 though. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. 2 Broncos is real tempting. Oh my god, that's the good card. Alright, they've drawn the good card. We still seem to be in a good position so far, but okay. Cool. Great. Well, 2 Broncos would definitely have been better against that. Maybe I was just meant to. Maybe I shouldn't have listened to chat. Maybe it's all my fault for listening to chat. It would have worked out so much better. My big worry about playing the Nissa was that she's our binding answer. And that's kind of exactly what happened. So, anyway. I don't know. Attacking with the cottage is fine. It doesn't feel like it does enough. I can't actually kill the 2/2, right? It's not lethal, right? Maybe it was fine. Maybe this is bad. I don't know. They'd have the 2/2 to block cottage, but they wouldn't be able to sweep us. Yeah, they need a block on our rules, but yeah. Y'all right. I should have set up lethal. I agree. This puts them on Sunfall or bust, but setting up lethal is probably better. Chat doesn't know anything. I wouldn't want to badmouth chat. However, I'm certainly not going to deny such a statement. Chat just wants to see the world burn. Chat was my round 1 opponent at the PT. I would cease to try and figure out what the reasoning is behind my opponent's lines. I would stop playing around anything. Just like... Hustled. Oh my god, thank you. That tier 1. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Thank you for that support. Helps me do what I do. Hell yeah. Had a couple new subs today. Very nice to see. Really makes it much more possible for me to keep streaming for y'all, so. I'm really worried, chat. I'm worried we found the actual best deck in Standard, and I'm now, like, obligated to play Golgari every day. I'm worried I no longer have plausible deniability. Remove a question mark every stream, yeah. Is this the Rasta version? It's kind of a hybrid of a couple different versions that did well. But I believe that was one of the 2 lists, yeah. I think I copied, like, the Analyze version a little bit more. But I didn't like the card Analyze itself. I didn't really want to play that card. Glad you're enjoying it, Roid Rage. Hell yeah. Exclamation marks. Yeah, I guess against Heaped Harvests lists, I like blowing up lands is actually kind of sick, huh? Golgari with Sylex, best deck in Standard. Hey, sorry. Flash for Sylex, let's go. Big Dumb Hammer, yeah. That's real nice. Oh my god, that's genius, Callie. That's so good. That is so good. I have to steal that. How do you decide when to gift with Cruelclaws versus when not to? So I'd say there are like a bunch of like things that can play into it, but the 2 really important things are how important are extra resources to you, and how important are extra resources to the opponent? So, and like, it's kind of a balancing act of those two questions. So when you really like want extra resources and your opponent really doesn't care about the extra resources, it's like really, really easy decision, right? You just go for the kind of want a Liliana plus, because I don't want my Annex to get lusted. I don't really care if Liliana gets get lusted. Doesn't seem amazing in this matchup anyway. Like, if your opponent is really resource dense or isn't looking for like any specific cards or whatever, giving them an extra card doesn't really matter. And like, kind of the flip side is that when your opponent is in top deck mode and they have like one spell in hand, a lot of the time letting them draw another spell isn't gonna skew the tide from the fact that you're like stealing a spell and maybe have some of your own stuff going on too. So like in that scenario, it suddenly becomes like pretty reasonable as well. Give them another card. Whereas like situations in the early game, when your opponent's really looking for land drops, suddenly like gifting them a card is horrendous, right? Because you're helping them dig towards their land drops, you're helping them smooth out their hand when you really just want to be picking it apart. I believe I meant to steal a card here, because this game is going to go long. And if we get lost, it's like phenomenal for us, right? Parting Gust does not answer Elspeth. This Elspeth is a problem. Parting Gust means I'm not allowed to take Baser. I guess I could take my own Elspeth. Oh, if you play Baser in your deck, you basically like want to gift way more often, by the way. Kind of interesting. Like, because if you have Baser in your deck, giving your opponent a card and then drawing a card that's not in your hand makes it so much more likely your Baser gets to draw a card, which is really cool. So that's one of those things that skews things that you don't necessarily expect. This Elspeth is very spooky, but we are drawing 2 cards a turn. Certainly helps. Just make a 4/5 because they figured they have to start killing us. There are worlds where you can consider that if you're like far behind and you need more spells, right? Serena, thank you for the resub. Thank you, thank you. Oh yeah. I play Elspeth. Just kind of die to them hacking. Hard to imagine that not being the case later. I could just make a demon. Obviously, it just gets answered. This is my mana pretty reasonably. Oh boy. I guess the Dreadknight helps block to protect Elspeth. Alright, I'm just gonna make a demon. They're gonna answer it. But then hopefully the Dreadknight helps protect our Elspeth. I don't know. Trying our best out here. Demons versus late arms. Yeah, it's true. I think the Parting Gust will probably give us a fish later though. Am I going to wild? Sadly not. One day I'll be able to answer that question with yes again. Sadly not quite today. Elspeth is such an overperformer in that deck. Card is kind of just great. I get down 2 blockers. They probably want to exile the Dreadknight, otherwise it just jumps in front of the Baser over and over. Having the Bronco down means we can block the 1/1s to buy ourselves some time. Well, Well, that stinks. But it's no talents yet. Yeah, that's definitely the one thing we do have going for us. But I don't know. I don't even know how we kill this Planeswalker. Ever. In a million years. Yeah, if your opponent's in top deck mode, but that you really need to draw... Like, if your opponent's in top deck mode, but you're behind, right? That's a scenario where you are really, really happy to gift them with the Cruelclaws, because it just gives you a shot at finding a good spell off the top of their deck. That's definitely one scenario where you would cast it when they're in top deck mode. Like, honestly, one of the nice things about Cruelclaws is that in top deck mode, it can actually have text. I'm a little bit worried about them drawing a Caretakers after I do this, but also I feel like I'm probably obligated to kill that 5/5, and I want to develop this Elspeth later. Have anything in the yard for her? Not really. Ooh. Very good card. Roll back. And I think I want to keep that. I think it's just about good enough. Obviously not amazing right now, but fine. Absanistra domain pile, control pile. Yeah, we played that. It might be in my YouTube VODs. Exclamation mark YouTube. Because we have played that on stream at some point. But that was before Duskmorn, so it did look a bit different back then. That deck's sweet. Heaped Harvest is very good in those Abzan piles. I really hope they don't have Soul Partition. Okay, thank God. If they had Soul Partition, it would just be like game over. Soul Partition is very good against Cruelclaw's Heist. Okay, Carrot Cakes. A-okay. I don't care about that one. They do keep a card on top though. A little spooky. Absolutely. Fire up the cottage. Get in there with the team. Is there anything they can Elspeth back? There is not, so I guess we will eat the Elspeth herself in case there's like... I don't know, I have no idea. In case there's a Builder's Talent, we should hit the Elspeth. They might be on the CFT list that has some Builder's Talents. I guess they have Lay Down Arms, which means they're not on the CFT list. I don't know. Whatever. You think they are going to draw a Sunfall? I wish I knew. Wish I knew if they were drawing Sunfall this turn. Guess I should probably just play this out, but if it is Sunfall, it's so bad for us. Okay. I mean, that card's very good, but... I guess it's not a Sunfall. Something. And our Snorse is going to get to draw a card. Ooh, we have a demo field for a Fountain Port. Mess up their scry. Even eating a bunch of carrots in chat. Have a Snorse. The best one right now, but you know. Get to Scry. They Scry to the bottom. I just want to kill a Fountain Port now anyway. Like, I want to do it at some point. They might upkeep Scry. Well, they might Scry on that, Scry in their turn, Desperation mode, but I guess I'll just do it now. Very spooky. They really could draw what they need at any moment, but that being any sweeper. Alright, take 6, 7, 8, 9. Do I continue disrespecting some? I mean, they have so many blockers. I feel pretty obligated to, just to actually, like, have any chance at repping lethal. Better, more proactive. Yeah, I don't really like Carrot Cake in those decks very much. I agree. It's looking pretty good this game. I think it's like fine in small numbers. I don't know. The lists that are on like 3 Enduring Innocence and 4 Carrot Cake though feel so mopey to me. You draw a lot of cards, but you do need some of your cards to do something, right? Presumably. And they get a 1/1. They say go. I once again fire up the cottage. Top deck, yeah, it's a little spooky. Go to the cottage. Oh. Can't crew, sadly. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Not great against this Fountain Port, but yeah, there's no reason to do it now, right? The other one can block here, and they would like take 6, 7, 8, 12. They would go to 2. Might be crazy. I think I'm into it. The Unholy Annex. Unholy Annex is a card that I play specifically for Caretaker's Mirrors and the Domain matchup. Like, there are probably other places you can board it in, I guess. But the idea is it's a super late game card that you never cast until, like, until you can activate it normally. Like, I like 98% of the time when that card's in my deck, I don't think about activating it until like turn 10. And so I just don't want to play it and have it blow up. Oh, for Unholy Annex. I'm sorry, I was thinking Urza Silex. Ignore me. I'm so loopy. Wow. Unholy Annex. I mean, you just play it when the curve makes sense, right? When it lines up against what your opponent's doing. Like, you know, if you have nothing else to do on turn 3, you're going to play it on turn 3. It's better than not playing it. Get your Phyrexian Arena online. But then, like, there are going to be other games where it's better to develop a more proactive free drop that impacts the board immediately. Like, the more developed your hand is in terms of, like, things to do, the less rush there is to play out the Annex. Because you've got other things you can use your mana on. Often it wasn't Sunfall, apparently. Apparently so. It also depends how good the card is in the matchup. Against like a deck with counterspells and like where the Phyrexian Arena is really powerful and the life total doesn't matter, you're gonna try and like sneak it down, right? You're gonna wait until they don't have mana open, but Against decks that are pressuring you, you're going to leave it a lot later. Yeah, we haven't seen any bats because they're on 108. Oh, you mean from me? Yeah, I don't like bat. I think bat's a pretty horrendous card if you're not playing Gix or Enduring Curiosity, honestly. I know lots of people love Deep Cavern Bat. I have always been a disbeliever, and I think it's kind of like even worse at the moment than it has historically been. I don't know how many removal spells to keep in. Killing 4/5 can matter sometimes. This answers Innocence, but we don't even know if they're playing that card. We haven't actually seen it yet. Maybe another Go for the Throat would be better than one of these 4-drops. Yeah, Rafine was really like doing a lot of work to make Bat good. Before rotation. Rafine was a big reason why Bat was so good. And then Gix is another reason why Bat was really good. And Bat's obviously still good in blue-black because you have Enduring Curiosity. But I don't think... I think the thing about Bat is it's not a good rate card. It's a synergy piece. Yeah, with Innkeeper's Talent, yeah. If you're just playing it as a 1/1 that takes a card and it has no other synergies, it's genuinely like kind of horrendous, in my opinion. Like Brain Maggot was never really that playable. And you're basically just playing a Brain Maggot, right? Fine. Whereas if you're playing it because it synergizes with your other cards, it's a lot more appealing. Which is why it's like good with Rafine, good with Gix, good with Innkeeper's Talent. Because with those cards, it's a synergy piece, which really makes up for its rate not being very good. But you're not really like... I don't really like it in decks where it's just a 1/1 that takes a card and it's not doing like working with your other cards in some way. Yeah, it's great in the Vraska's index. Yeah, I do agree with that. Well, this is a really good Beza. All right. Oh, we can never win in a million years. Cool, cool. All right, Glissa, you have so much work to do. You have no idea. Come on, Glissa. At least we can Tear Asunder this Innocence. Honestly, maybe it's fine. Glissa's going to start to run cards. We're fine. Yeah, with Mockingbird and Curiosity. Yeah, I like it with those cards too. I do agree with that. Sell this. Bash on in. I'm not going to crack the maps. I might draw a 2-mana spell that I want to cast. I don't think the extra damage super matters. Good at some point. Hard to imagine that I actually want that. There's so many discard spells to draw into anyway. That one better? I don't know. Kind of just want to find ways to remove caretakers from the board. I feel like that card is the main way that I lose at the moment. Alright. Annex is going to be exceptionally good. So yeah, it might look weird to play the Annex here because I'm not pressuring my opponent. But against my opponent's deck, me just drawing 2 cards a turn is going to be really powerful. And the life loss doesn't matter very much. And their life total is so high that just like trying to pressure them just doesn't seem very relevant compared to getting the extra cards, even if they're in top deck mode. We're just playing a resource war at this point. Ooh, land is very nice. We have an answer for caretakers ready. 2 different threats going, attacking from very different angles. The caretakers is great, but we can answer it, so it does not really matter. Get in there. Am I just casting the 2 creatures this turn and not the full 3? Oh, they're blocking inside. Should have copied the incubator there. Yeah. I was a little confused as well, Sales. It's kind of nice that this talent is just going to end up drawing them actual 0 cards with this line. If they'd made a 1/1 and blocked with it, they'd have got to draw an extra card, right? Would have been really nice. Yeah, I think I'm just playing out 2 creatures. I guess I can just do those. Right? Obviously, 2 of these modes are nearly irrelevant 90% of the time, but whatever. They draw a spot removal spell for Sheoldred, we really want to have Broncoed. If they draw a sweeper, we really want to have Dreadknighted instead. And I guess the sweeper is the more annoying. So I'm going to play that's better. Yeah, not used to the interactions. Yeah, that makes sense. It's like a bit finicky. Right, they do draw the spot removal spell, so I'm very sad to have not played out the Bronco, of course. But also they're in, like, you know, substantial amount of danger. I can't really see how they get out of this. Oh. I might just have, like, made a 1/1 and blocked with it and drawn a card in that position. 9-0 going for 10-0, really? What a day. Jeez. Like I said, I'm gonna have to change the title of my stream soon. We've found the best deck in Standard. If I want to play any other decks, I have to change the title. Yeah, making the fish and sacking would have blocked just as much damage. I guess this way I can't activate 2 cottages at the same time. That's pretty relevant. Golgari! Yeah! You know it. What am I doing? If I make a demon, I can crew the Bronco and then I hit them for 2 in my end stat. That honestly might be pretty good. I get to save both my cottages for post sweeper. Oh my god, that's such a big snubby. What a pal. I do occasionally kind of want like a 3rd Annex 25. God is like kind of unbelievable sometimes. Okay, opponent is choosing to die if they don't do something. Alright, I'm now happy I made the demon. Let it be known. Them get losting makes making the demon look like exceptionally the right play. Do this instead of mapping. I don't know. Why not? Oh, I get to do both. Ignore me. I forget how magic works sometimes. I get to do both. I don't think it prevents the demon sales, no. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm like pretty sure it does. This could be like pretty good. I guess it doesn't kill a Sunfall token. Whatever. Or maybe we were meant to save maps to like combo with a Bronco. Dig for a spell. Yike. Wait, they're dead? Yike. Also, yay. Ah, the rooms are a special action. Okay, cool. It works like morphs then. Interesting. I thought that was how it worked. Like 100% though.